Hi, this is Dr. Kate with the Form, Function, and Flow Lab podcast. And today I wanted to do a little review of some new products that I got in the office. They're from the company named Rock Tape. And if you've been into my office, we do use a lot of their stuff because they have a really good continuing ed program that they have, as well as the tape that they're so famous for. Because really, kinesio tape has been around for a very long time. There's tons of different brands. You can get it at pretty much any store. People can get it on their own. Um, I use rock tape in the office. So if you've been into the office, you've had rock tape used on you just because I use all their stuff and do all their continuing ed, like I said. But the continuing ed is really what sets them apart as a company for me on a practitioner level. So what I've taken from them so far has been their taping techniques, multiple courses in that. They came out with a metal tool to use, and because I really dive into scar work and that kind of thing, it's really helpful in using it on C-section scars and post-surgical for all different types of things. So they have the rock blades course, and that's the metal tools. And another cool thing about the blades is that the metal ones that practitioners use can be a little more pricey, but they do have a much more reasonable kind that is meant for the general population. I've had it in my office for patients to buy that have had a lot of scar issues and they want to work on themselves at home. Um, I've taken their rock pods and rock floss course, which is like their version of cupping, but it's usually more used more as a static cupping. So you put the cup, which creates suction and helps decompress tissue and get fluid movement going. Typically, you put it on, it stays where it's at, and then you have patients move through certain ranges of motion, which is great. But if somebody is super acute and in a lot of pain, they might not be able to move a ton and do the things that you want them to. Um, Other courses that they have is a movement specialist course and a performance specialist course. The I don't even know how I saw it, but I know I was researching into different vibration products for a friend, and I noticed that they had just come out with this new line of stuff. And the new products from Rock Tape that I found and decided to check out are their vibration stuff. So they came out with a type of cupping cup that also vibrates while it's cupping. So it combines two things that I use a lot in my office: cupping for the decompression of the tissue, helping better fluid flow. So that would be blood or lymph, and then vibration, which is great for um, calming your nerves in your nervous system, and reducing pain. So it combines the two. So I got that. They also came out with a style of cups that you can move while they're on there. So you apply the suction, maintain the suction, and then draw the cups around the area. And that was something I wanted to get because I do like that style of cupping better, especially for the really acute patient. And I went and got other silicone type of cups to be able to do that on my own. And so I wanted to try out their product. And I actually really did like them because they have a nice handle on them. Because often I will apply those cups that I'm going to be moving on a patient with some type of arnica oil to help with inflammation, and it's nice to have a very easy handle to hold. And they come in 3 sizes, which makes it easy to work on various areas depending on the size. Um, and the nature of the area that you're at. The really standout thing that I found, the last thing that I decided to try from them, is their own vibration tool. And I have so many, my friend laughed as she was asking me what kind of, she was trying to decide actually between a percussion gun or a vibration tool of some sort. Now, you might be familiar with percussion guns. They're got to be super popular lots of years ago, actually. I think they started with like Theragun. It's a type of brand. I actually have one. And it is exactly what it sounds like. Percussion just goes in and out to the muscle really quickly. It was first marketed, to help with um, like delayed onset muscle soreness and that kind of thing. And I mean, I enjoy it, and I have a hypervolt in my office, and I used to use that a ton on patients. And then I started taking, I'm always taking more coursework and more continuing ed, and I use the hypervolt a ton on patients. And then when I started taking more of Dr. Perry Nicholson's courses from Stop Chasing Pain, he brought out the taking a step back from how we're kind of geared towards being more is better, deeper is better, and how we need to peel back and do less and see how that goes and not assault the nervous system with too much input. And he also brought a lot more awareness to the benefit of vibration versus percussion. And a lot of the techniques he uses vibrating balls and peanuts and that kind of thing. And even a little vibrating stick that I use all the time. It's super subtle. I use it on the head and neck. I use it on kids. That thing is like gold. And it's not even a chiropractic tool or PT tool. It's an OT oral tool for kids, but it works great on head and neck. So anyways, doing that coursework opened up my eyes to maybe the more beneficial side of vibration over percussion, because what goal do we have by doing that thing? So the different things that vibration can bring about is relaxing muscles. Nerves love vibration. They respond really well to it. It helps to increase blood flow. It helps reduce post-exercise soreness, speeding recovery up, improves performance, reduces pain, increases healing. So, and there's lots of different research on like the levels of vibration and how those affect the body differently. So I've got all the different levels of vibration in my office. I've got the little tiny tool for the head and neck. I've got little vibrating balls from, it's slipping my mind the brand here. From Trigger Point. That's it. The brand is Trigger Point that Dr. Nicholson uses. And that's what I have in my office. I have a little harder ball and then a peanut that is a little softer and very gentle. I love to use it on people's along their collarbone and through their pec, that kind of thing. It's super, super gentle, and it's good for when someone is acute and I don't want to irritate the area. But it would be nice to have, in my mind, it would have been nice to have something a little bit more powerful than the Trigger Point tools that I could use and be pretty specific with. And the other vibration tool that I have in my office and at my house is a vibration plate. So I have a Vibe plate. So I have the percussion gun at my office, and that is a Hypervolt, but I also have the vibration plates at my office and house that they have all sorts of settings depending on what benefits you want to happen. And I use that all the time. It helps you recruit more, have more muscle recruitment. It helps with bone density. It helps with better lymph flow. The vibration helps get better circulation, blood and lymph. It's just got a lot of good benefits, and I do try to use it every day. So that's the plate level. So I have this gap happening, something to replace the hypervolt that's a little stronger than these trigger point tools. So when Rock Tape came out with this vibration stick thing, I thought I definitely need to check this out. So I ordered it. It came in just in time for me to return to work, and it is pretty awesome. It has got a little bit of weight. It was much heavier than I expected, which I thought would make me a little tired at work holding it all the time. But actually, you can use the weight of it to apply the pressure to the patient. So it kind of actually helps you out in a way. It comes with a variety of different heads. I haven't even tried them all. There's like a softer head, there's some more pinpointed head, there are plastic covers that can be more targeted, and there's softer stuff as well. So, and there's also 4 different modes. So the first one, might be better for upper back and that kind of thing. And then there are, the next 3 levels that become more and more intense. I just used it on my husband before he went golfing for his tournament today, and he just texted me before I started that he tied. So he seems happy with it. But I really do. I'll have to let you know as I use it. I've only used it for a week in the office, but I am definitely pleased so far. And that little part of my practice that I was still using the hypervolt for, I think will probably definitely phase out, and I will start using the more intense vibration. They call it the Rockwave Pro. If you're looking at it on Rock Tape's website, it's the Rockwave Pro is their most intense vibration tool. They actually also sell the trigger point vibration tools on the Rock Tape website. So it's not their brand, but they sell the trigger point brand on their website. And I love those as well. I have people get the little ball for themselves at home and use it on their feet when they have foot mobility issues and that kind of thing, because we really can't societally be able to just say, I'm never wearing shoes again. And our feet need a lot of neurologic input to stay healthy and strong. And if you're not able to go to your job and just wear your bare feet all day long, then you need to proactively take ways to stimulate the bottoms of the feet, mobilize the bottoms of the feet so that you don't end up with an issue or plantar fasciitis or tarsal tunnel syndrome or something like that. So those are the different things that I have people try with these products that I use in my office, but they can get them at home and use them on their own to be proactive. So kind of that prehab mindset rather than waiting till you have an issue and then dealing with it, because those issues can be really buggers to get rid of and keeps you from doing the activities that you love in the meantime. So that's my spiel on vibration versus percussion. So if you were considering maybe getting a massage gun and it's that percussive type action, I would rethink it and think about looking into something vibration based, no matter what level it would be, whether it be a trigger point one that's a little less intense. They even have a foam roller size one. So it looks like a little tiny, it's the same diameter, but it's shorter than the foam rollers we use in the office. But that's great. I use that for my dad for his hip replacement because it works really well on waking the area up. I should have said that too. Vibration helps to stimulate muscles. So it is a good thing to use on an area that isn't responding well. So for my pregnant moms that have their glutes turned off because they've been clenching them all day, trying to counterbalance gravity with their belly out in the front, that's really good to do it in a sequence. We can use trigger point balls to loosen the muscle up because it's been clenched. Then we would stretch it. Then we would use a vibration tool to reactivate it, reconnect to it with your brain, really fire it up, and then do some strengthening with it so that it's turned back on in a healthy way. So we've got the release part, the stretch part, the activation part, and then a little bit of strengthening to really set that into your brain pattern. And that just doesn't pertain to your butt. It pertains to all the other different muscles. A muscle is a muscle, and that goes the same for pelvic floors. We talk about pelvic floors all the time. Same idea. We want to be able to fully relax the pelvic floor, stimulate it with some vibration. I often have my pelvic floor patients buy a little vibrating wand to vibrate the area, to reconnect the brain to that area, to stimulate those muscles that are on vacation. So first we relax it, then we stretch it with like puppy pose or whatever, then we stimulate it with some vibration, and then you can do some Kegels to set into that pattern of being able to fully contract and fully relax. Super important that you don't just go willy-nilly and do things out of order. There's a reason for the order when you get your exercises, and you should just be aware of that when you're getting exercises, whether it be from me or from someone else. So really excited to see some vibration stuff. And this journey of starting with a percussion gun and slowly evolving out of it to more all vibration based. Not saying that the percussion gun is bad. It definitely, feels good. And if it feels good, what the heck? Sure. But if you have an issue and you're not getting relief from it, you might want to look into something different. But as we learn more and take more classes and hear more research on what vibration can do for you, then we switch how we practice. So someone who came in 3 years ago that just got hypervolt, they might be like, where's that gun at? And as we learn more, we try to do better and change our ways. So if you have any questions, let me know. Have a good one.